But Gary, back to what you're saying, if in the proposal, say you address the freely available by the participation in, and not that it's open and freely available, absolutely.
That'll work. I mean, you are that associating yourself with the National Repository of Online Courses, right. One of the founding OER and the OER movement, can't be a bad thing. At least as I see it. Are you good with that?
And that's what they're looking for. Really.
I think so, as we understand it.
Yeah.
But as Terry was bringing up, as I understand it, maybe you know more about this than I do, Susan. There are an awful lot of states that actually preclude the allowing the development of something in the state, so state funding, and then the distribution outside the boundaries of the state. And so there's conflicting instincts on this, because this is federal dollars. They want it to be distributed outside the boundaries of the states. That's usually not the behavior you see in the state. If you use your state funding, you're not shipping it next door. Here's the submission deadlines and response times. April of this year is the announcement of the winners. Apparently there's going to be a leak of that sometime in the next week for the phase 1, Race to the Top. Race to the Top phase 2 is due June the 1st, end of business day, Eastern time. And in September, announcement of the winners. So if you're interested in doing this, time's a wasted. But I only have 100 pages to say it in, so. Here are the states that applied for phase 1 or responded to the phase 1 RFP, these 40 states. That URL at the top of the page there is where you can go and see the proposals that were submitted by each of those. They're PDFs that can be downloaded. And you can take a look. I read a couple of them. It's amazing how little can be said in 100 pages. Mm-hmm. It's just remarkable. It's almost like random words just stringing together. But anyway. SAFRA is, as I think Susan mentioned to everybody, it passed the House in September, I think it was, and it's currently in the Senate. Is it behind or under the health bill? So it's going to be a while.
Yeah, so the reason is the Senate committee. Was everybody in here at the last session?
Anybody not? Just Gary.
Okay.
Just Gary.
Thank you.
Behind one here.
I was making lunch. But this one more clearly identifies part of this expenditure to be put toward open online courses. Oh, there we go. So it was passed in September. It's currently in the Senate. And the Act has a lot of features to it, most of which are meant to help students get through college, especially community college. Deep into the legislation, Section 505, under something labeled national activities, it has this clause talking about open online education. From the amount appropriated to carry out this section, the Secretary is authorized to make competitive grants to or enter into contracts with institutions of higher education, philanthropic organizations, et cetera, et cetera. And so there's no mention here in anything I've read so far in the legislation that precludes multiple groups getting together and pursuing proposals to respond to this RFP.
This language literally says post-secondary, but I thought there was some talk that the SAFRA money could be used for.
Yeah, it does. It says what?
Oh, the K-12 higher ed collaboration potentially.
It says college or high school.
Or high school.
Yeah, right. And so it could be that kind of transitional stuff too. So I mean, there's possibilities of having higher ed organizations and K-12 organizations within our group or others who want to bring it together to build proposals to go after this. Yep. And with that, so any questions about that? Because that one hasn't happened. I mean, the final legislation hasn't been passed yet. This is taken from the existing act that's, I think, sitting in the Senate. That's where I read it. That's where I got it.